Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome back to my channel, Chatting It Out with Sean. Again, I'm Sean. And so this is our breakfast nook. And so this is my third time coming on about Psalms 91. The psalm itself, I don't want to read through it because it's a little bit lengthy. But I just want to talk a little bit about it. So let me read this part though. So he will save you from the trap of the fowler. I think one of the things that happens to us in general, and if you get a chance, go read Psalm 91. It'll help you like follow along. But is that traps are set all the time. And because of who he is, he will actually protect us from those traps if we allow him. When we're in chaos, we can't hear his whispers. And so, as difficult as it may be sometimes to calm our chaos inside, and even if it's raging on the outside, and this is not an easy thing to do, because I'm just being transparent. Right now, I'm doing something that's very difficult, and I know that I'm raging on the inside as things are raging on the outside. The chaos is loud. And I continue to work on calming my chaos so I can hear his whispers. And so it says here, that's a trap. Chaos is a trap. But it says he will save us from the trap. But we have to be very close to him to do that. Remember, we have to be in his shadows of his wings. All he's saying, if you're in the shadows of my wings, if you're in the shadows of my pinion, which is his feathers, then we are close enough for him to cover us. But just nestle closer to him. I don't want to cry, guys. I don't want to cry. One of the ways we nestle closer to him is to get deeper in the word. It's just to go to the word. It's to find prayer. It's to engage in it. That's what it's for. That's how we get closer to him. And so it also talks about his faithfulness, and he is a shield and a wall. So he's our shield, and we all know that in combat, the knights have shields on, and so that's part of the armor as well that he tells us to put on every day, is the breastplate. The breastplate is our shield. And in addition to that, it says he's going to be our wall. So he'll hold the standard up. He will hold a wall up. The Bible also says when the enemy comes in like a flood, he raises up a standard, which is a barrier for against what the enemy's coming against us with. So he holds us up with a shield and a wall. It also talks about we are not to be afraid of the terrors by night. So whatever it is that we're fearing, doesn't necessarily mean by the time of day, but it means like when you're going through something that is a little bit more difficult, challenging, like what I'm facing, it could be night, because so many times I feel like I'm in the night in this situation, even though it's clear daytime. And it says be not afraid. And I will be going over about the whole fear factor too in one of our breakfast nooks. Or by the arrows that fly in day. Now, this is, so whoever knows the story of David and Saul, you know that David was anointed to be king. And he was anointed to be king even though Saul was king. And Saul was very anxious to the fact that he was going to be king. But he also was a harp player. So he was called in to help soothe Saul. And this started before Saul realized the anointing David had on him. And so Saul would call him in to play the harp for him, but then he would throw spears at him. So, but he wasn't afraid. He would still play the harp. He would just duck. God helped him to duck just in time for the spears not to hit, but he would still play that harp. So I just wanted to talk more about Psalm 91. Go read it. It's some amazing assurance of God's protection and all the ways that he protects and all the ways that we don't need to fear. I'll be back with some more because I love Psalms 91. Until then, thank you for joining me on the Breakfast Nook, and thank you for being on my channel, joining me on Chatting It Out with Sean. Again, I'm Sean. Have a great rest of your day. See you back here soon.